7 thrones, 7 wizards. But long ago, we chose a champion. And we chose recklessly. He used his power for revenge, releasing the 7 deadly sins into your world.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. This is going to be my new Black Adam movie video and Justice Society video. That's right, we're going to get a movie DCEU version of the Justice Society, so we'll break it all down. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. We're doing an Amazon giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave all your predictions for the Black Adam movie on the video. You just have to imagine The Rock pounding every single member of the Justice Society. And we finally have a basic plot synopsis for the Black Adam movie, so just starting with number 5, as you would expect, the movie's supposed to begin with a really big action set piece set in the distant past explaining all the stuff that the Wizard told to Billy in that magical PowerPoint presentation. Explaining how a warlord kills his wife and child during an attempt to conquer Kahndaq, and Black Adam isn't able to save them. He blames the Council of Wizards for not using their power to save them. That leads him to this moment where he releases the 7 deadly sins. Then Black Adam turns on the Magical Council, killing all of them except for the Wizard, and according to the most recent synopsis of the movie, whatever version this is going to be, the Wizard winds up teaming up with the original version of the Justice Society in the past to stop Black Adam and trap him in a magical prison that they think is for all eternity. So apparently there's supposed to be 2 different versions of the Justice Society during the movie, one set in the distant past with the original characters. Then number 4, closer to present day, he escapes his tomb and seeks to resurrect his wife and take back Kahndaq from the warlords who control it. But because he's so hardcore, he leaves a trail of bodies in his path, and the Justice Society in present day or closer to present day have to reform to stop him. The only real big Justice Society characters that I've heard about so far are the Alan Scott Green Lantern, Dr. Fate, and both the Hawks, Hawkman and Hawkgirl. They don't mention every single team member that's going to be on that original version of the team, but I think they're going to try and be relatively comic book authentic. The one really big change that I am expecting them to make is just to omit Wonder Woman, because technically she was a founding member of the Justice Society in the comics, but because of Wonder Woman 1984 and all the stuff they're doing with Gal Gadot's movies, they'll probably just leave her out of that equation. But she was around for all this world history, so maybe they'll find some funny way to reference her in the past, like there is a Wonder Woman out there somewhere. According to the most recent reports, the version of the Justice Society closer to present day would be more like Atom Smasher, a version of Cyclone. There have been rumors about a version of Stargirl, but I don't know about that because of what's going on with the Stargirl TV show. Then you have characters like the Hawks that reincarnate Hawkman, Hawkgirl. Then you have characters like Dr. Fate, who technically don't die. Dr. Fate is just a title that's given to whoever is wearing the helmet of fate. But you get the basic idea. The movie opens with a big action set piece set in the past where they're able to fight him to a standstill, but he manages to escape closer to present day, and they have to fight him back again. But because he's not supposed to be the main villain of the movie, that's how they position the warlords in Kahndaq as being way worse, so he comes off as more of an anti-hero, like Mel Gibson in Payback or Keanu Reeves in John Wick. Still bad to drop so many bodies, but they killed his dog, so you get why he's going so biblical on everyone. It's just that in the case of the Black Adam movie, they killed his family. So 3, after he liberates Kahndaq, there's supposed to be a truce of sorts with the Justice Society members, and they set up the eventual Shazam crossover movie in a future post-credit scene that follows up on the events of the first Shazam post-credit scene with Mr. Mind and Dr. Savannah.
There are more ways than a mind can imagine.
What in God's name?
I named the gods, Doctor, not the other way around. Oh, what fun we're going to have together. The 7 realms are about to be ours.
When Mr. Mind is talking about wanting to control the 7 realms of magic, that's all stuff that's going to serve as the main story for Shazam 2, and that movie is coming out after Black Adam. But unless something really big changes down the road, Zachary Levi has said Black Adam wouldn't actually cross over with them until Shazam 3, or whatever they want to call that movie. Shazam vs. Black Adam would be a solid pick, unless they're afraid to use that title for some reason because of Batman v Superman. The reason why they're using Justice Society for the Black Adam movie and not Justice League, obviously, is because all those actors are busy doing other stuff, the Justice League actors, and they have all the Snyder Cut stuff coming up.
No protectors here. This world will fall, like all the others. a dream.
But Black Adam has spent most of his time interacting with the Justice Society. Jeff Johns actually did an early 2000s run. If you want to read up on Black Adam Justice League stuff, that's a good place to start. And it also seems like they're going to be pulling a little bit from Black Adam The Dark Age, which is the story of him trying to resurrect his dead wife. Number 2, also at the end of the Black Adam movie, they also set up a potential Justice Society spin-off movie with those characters. You probably heard the news that Warner Brothers is considering making a Justice Society movie, but it'd be based on the characters from the Black Adam movie. Right now, there's no plot synopsis for what that would be, or which other characters they'd involve, or who the villain of that movie would be. Right now, the news is Warner Brothers is just going to wait to see how everything goes with the Black Adam movie, and if they like those characters, the way they're treated, if fans respond well to them, then they'll pursue an actual Justice Society movie. But right now, it's really just an idea in their heads. Recently, you also probably saw the video that I posted a couple days ago. The Stargirl series on the DC streaming service just debuted a version of the Justice Society featuring Joel McHale, of all people. I never would have expected him to star in one of the DC series.
Starman! I told you to wait in the car!
If you're going by Crisis on Infinite Earths multiverse rules, their version of the team is from Earth 2 because the Justice Society in the comics is from Earth 2. We never actually found out what number the designation of the Justice League DCEU Earth was when Ezra Miller's Flash showed up, but that would be the same universe that the Black Adam and Shazam characters come from, since those movies are connected to Justice League. Like a really good example, we're talking about Henry Cavill's Superman possibly coming back for Man of Steel 2 now because of all the Snyder Cut Justice League stuff. Billy Batson's Shazam character already canonically knows Henry Cavill's Superman, so if that wasn't clear, this is meant to be Henry Cavill's Superman. The reason why you don't see his face was just because of a scheduling problem, but he's wearing Henry Cavill's suit, it's meant to be him. So therefore, by association, the Black Adam movie is also connected to the Justice League movies. I know everyone wants to see Superman go up against Black Adam at some point. If we're talking about Henry Cavill negotiating a new contract to play Superman in a couple different movies, it'd be amazing to see him cameo in one of the Black Adam sequels. And a long time ago, when The Rock was still trying to develop the movie before they'd announced a release date, Boss Logic, who does a lot of fan art, said he was contacted by The Rock's people to do some fan art of him fighting Superman when he was developing the movie with Warner Brothers and Jim Lee. So it sounds like The Rock has been talking to Warner Brothers about using Superman in one of his future Black Adam movies. Now, obviously, I don't think we expect him to show up in the first Black Adam movie, but just the idea that it could be possible now that Henry Cavill is coming back, I think is amazing. In number 1, I know a lot of you are also asking if any of these Justice Society characters would show up in the Justice Society movie or the Black Adam movie, because if they're talking about Stargirl, we have a version on the TV shows now. My assumption right now is that that's going to be treated separately, and they'll just recast different actors, and they'll try to avoid duplication. But like there's a version of Dr. Fate that's supposed to show up during Black Adam, but there's also supposed to be a version of the character showing up on the Stargirl TV series. I think they'll just expect fans to understand the difference when they see both versions, and it's still going to be a while before we see the Black Adam movie. It's just one of those things where you have like the TV Grant Gustin Flash, and then you have the Ezra Miller movie Flash. Just expect it to be a little bit like that.
Sorry, no. I'm also the Flash.
You're also the what?
The Flash?
The Flash? The Flash?
It's complicated.
If it wasn't clear from Crisis on Infinite Earths why the Ezra Miller Flash didn't know that he was called the Flash, why that seemed like a brand new thing for him, it's because during all of his appearances in the DC movies, in Justice League and Suicide Squad, no one ever called him the Flash. He wasn't actually going to get that name till the Flash movie, which is still happening at this point, even though there's not really any big news updates on the Flash movie right now, other than they're doing a version of Flashpoint. But everyone, let me know in the comments, what are you most hyped up about for the Black Adam movie or any potential Justice Society movie? If we get any more news about that, of course I'll include it in one of my videos. There's a bunch of big stuff coming up, so as long as you have alerts enabled for my channel, you should see all the videos when I post them. But everyone, click here to rewatch that Justice League Snyder Cut teaser trailer, and click here for my brand new Marvel Wolverine video. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe. I'll see you guys tonight.